Scientists just discovered something disturbing. Running for hours barely touches the fat wrapped around your organs right now. Some people jog 5 miles daily and still carry dangerous belly fat that refuses to disappear no matter what. Others never step foot in a gym yet stay lean for decades without counting a single calorie ever. The difference isn't willpower, and it definitely isn't just genetics like most people have been told. The real difference is invisible, hidden inside daily rhythms your ancestors followed without even realizing it. Long before gyms existed, humans moved, ate, and slept in patterns that matched their biology perfectly. They never tracked macros or followed meal plans, yet dangerous fat rarely built up around their organs. Those ancient rhythms quietly controlled insulin, cortisol, and energy storage in ways modern life completely destroys. Today, we attack fat with isolated workouts, 30 minutes here, an intense gym session there, hoping it works. But your body doesn't respond to single workouts. It responds to consistent patterns repeated throughout every single day. When you eat, how you move, how you sleep, all of it shapes whether fat accumulates or disappears. Today, we're breaking down 5 ancient habits that once made visceral fat almost biologically impossible to accumulate. These aren't extreme diets or brutal routines. They're simple behaviors your body was literally designed around. Once you understand why they work, everything you thought about fat loss will completely change forever. Before we continue, this video shares general research and isn't a substitute for personal medical advice. Everyone's body responds differently, so consult a healthcare professional before making any major lifestyle changes yourself. Now, let's talk about why visceral fat is far more dangerous than the fat sitting under your skin. Most people picture fat as a soft layer resting just beneath the surface of their skin. That's subcutaneous fat, and while excess amounts affect appearance, it isn't the most dangerous type stored. Visceral fat is different. It burrows deep inside your abdomen, wrapping tightly around your liver and intestines. Researchers discovered visceral fat behaves less like storage and more like an active, hormone-releasing organ inside you. It pumps inflammatory signals directly into your bloodstream, disrupting glucose handling and insulin sensitivity throughout your entire body. Over time, this connects strongly to diabetes, fatty liver disease, and serious cardiovascular complications doctors warn about constantly. This is exactly why doctors now consider waist size a stronger health predictor than your total body weight. But here's the most important discovery. Visceral fat responds less to calories and more to hormonal signals entirely. Insulin, cortisol, and leptin act like switches, deciding whether your body stores energy or releases it instantly. When these hormones become chronically disrupted, storing fat around your organs becomes dangerously easy for your body. Constant snacking keeps insulin elevated. Poor sleep raises cortisol, and sitting for hours destroys metabolic flexibility completely. Ancient humans never faced these problems because movement, fasting, and natural light kept their hormones perfectly balanced. Understanding this sets the stage for why these 5 forgotten habits can transform your metabolism dramatically starting today. Ancient habit number 1, something as simple as walking directly after finishing every single meal you eat. Today, most people finish eating and immediately collapse onto a couch, chair, or car seat afterward. But historically, eating was never followed by stillness. Hunter-gatherers kept moving right after every single meal. That gentle post-meal movement had a powerful, measurable effect on how their bodies processed incoming energy. When you eat, your digestive system breaks carbohydrates into glucose, which floods directly into your bloodstream quickly. Your pancreas releases insulin to move that glucose into cells, either for immediate energy or storage. The problem is, modern lifestyles pair large glucose spikes with total physical stillness, forcing excess energy into storage. Walking after meals completely changes this dynamic in one subtle but surprisingly powerful biological way. When muscles contract while walking, they absorb glucose directly from your bloodstream, often without needing much insulin. This means your body clears blood sugar more efficiently, dramatically reducing the intensity of post-meal glucose spikes. Lower glucose spikes mean lower insulin responses, and stable insulin makes your body far less likely to store fat. Studies show participants who walked just 10 to 15 minutes after eating had significantly lower blood sugar levels. Over time, this pattern improves insulin sensitivity, making your body dramatically more efficient at handling carbohydrates naturally. Walking also avoids spiking cortisol the way intense exercise sometimes can, especially when you're already chronically stressed. It promotes circulation, stabilizes blood sugar, and gently activates muscles without overwhelming an already exhausted nervous system. Imagine replacing 3 daily sitting sessions with just 10 relaxed minutes of walking after each meal instead. Over weeks, this quietly improves blood sugar control and shifts your body toward burning stored energy efficiently. This doesn't mean intense workouts are useless. Exercise still offers massive benefits for endurance and heart health. But metabolic health depends on far more than one workout. Small, repeated behaviors matter more than intensity alone. Walking after meals proves how ancient movement patterns still align perfectly with modern human metabolic biology today. Ancient habit number 2, lifting and carrying things constantly throughout an ordinary day of survival and work. Before gyms existed, strength training wasn't scheduled, it was woven directly into the fabric of daily survival. Humans carried water, dragged firewood, dug soil, and transported tools across long distances every single day. These repeated movements placed constant tension on major muscle groups throughout nearly every waking hour available. Muscle tissue plays a central role in regulating metabolism, acting as a primary site for glucose storage. The more active your muscle tissue, the more efficiently your body manages blood sugar and insulin levels. This explains why people with more lean muscle typically show significantly better insulin sensitivity and metabolic flexibility. Muscle is also metabolically expensive, meaning your body burns extra calories simply maintaining it while resting. Over time, that subtle increase in daily energy use shifts your entire body toward healthier metabolic balance. When muscle mass declines instead, your body becomes disturbingly efficient at storing energy rather than burning it. Resistance movements also trigger hormonal responses that promote repair, improve glucose uptake, and boost mitochondrial activity significantly. In simple terms, active muscles become efficient engines for burning fuel instead of passively storing it. Modern culture separates strength training from daily life. People sit all day, then squeeze in one workout. But historically, resistance was constant. Squatting, lifting, pushing, and pulling happened dozens of times throughout each day. The good news is, you don't need complicated gym equipment to trigger these same powerful metabolic mechanisms. Squats, push-ups, carrying groceries, or lifting heavy objects recreate the exact patterns your ancestors experienced naturally daily. When muscles face regular challenges, insulin sensitivity improves, meaning your body needs less insulin to process carbohydrates. Blood glucose becomes easier to regulate, directly reducing the hormonal conditions that encourage dangerous visceral fat storage. Increased muscle activity also boosts overall energy expenditure, strengthening the entire system responsible for using fuel efficiently. Over months, this creates a powerful protective effect, redirecting nutrients toward muscle instead of your vital organs. You don't need to become a competitive weightlifter. Your body simply expects regular mechanical stress on muscles. Without that stimulus, your metabolism gradually becomes sluggish and unresponsive to the food you consume daily. Ancient habit number 3. Eating within natural windows instead of grazing constantly from morning until midnight. Today, food is available every moment. Many people snack from sunrise until late into the night, constantly. This constant access keeps your body trapped in a nearly permanent fed state throughout the entire day. When you're constantly fed, insulin remains elevated, preventing your body from ever switching into fat-burning mode. Human metabolism evolved to alternate between two states, the fed state and the fasted state, naturally cycling. Ancient humans rarely had food every few hours. Long gaps between meals were simply an unavoidable reality. During those gaps, insulin gradually declined, allowing their bodies to shift smoothly toward burning stored fat instead. This metabolic flexibility, switching easily between burning glucose and burning fat, defines a genuinely healthy metabolism today. When fasting periods occur, insulin drops while glucagon rises, encouraging your liver to release stored glucose reserves. As fasting continues, your body increasingly mobilizes fatty acids from stored fat, including stubborn visceral fat deposits. Simply allowing 12 to 16 hours between dinner and breakfast gives your body time to escape constant feeding. During this window, insulin decreases, energy stores get accessed, and your body becomes efficient at burning fat. This isn't extreme starvation, it simply reflects the natural rhythm your metabolism evolved around thousands of years ago. Another benefit is improved appetite regulation. Constant snacking confuses hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin significantly. When meals are spaced apart, your body reestablishes clearer hunger signals, separating true hunger from habitual eating. Lower baseline insulin makes it easier to mobilize stored energy, while flexibility lets your body switch fuel sources. When energy gets used more efficiently, visceral fat gradually becomes unnecessary as a long-term storage reserve. The goal isn't rigid dieting, it's simply allowing your body regular periods when internal energy systems take over. Ancient habit number 4, sleeping in true darkness instead of glowing screens and artificial nighttime lighting everywhere. For most of human history, nights were completely dark, illuminated only by fire, moonlight, or scattered stars. The human body evolved within this light cycle, using darkness as a signal to regulate crucial hormones. Modern environments change this completely. Artificial lighting and glowing screens expose our brains to light after sunset. The brain interprets this light as daytime, disrupting melatonin, a hormone regulating your body's entire circadian rhythm. Melatonin isn't just about feeling tired, it also regulates insulin sensitivity, inflammation, and fat storage throughout your body. When nighttime light disrupts melatonin production, your internal clock becomes misaligned with critical metabolic processes inside you. Over time, this misalignment contributes to increased insulin resistance and disrupted appetite regulation throughout your entire day. Sleep duration matters too. Chronic sleep deprivation dramatically alters hormones related to hunger and overall energy balance. When you sleep too little, ghrelin rises while leptin falls, making your brain crave calorie-dense, sugary foods. Insufficient sleep also raises cortisol, and chronically elevated cortisol shifts your metabolism dangerously towards storing energy instead. One of the most common places that stored energy accumulates is directly around your abdomen as visceral fat. Consistent sleep in a dark, quiet environment restores the natural hormonal balance your body genuinely expects daily. When your brain detects darkness, melatonin rises, signaling your body to transition into deep recovery mode instantly. During this period, tissue repair accelerates and metabolic regulation dramatically improves throughout your entire nervous system. Over time, proper sleep hygiene supports a hormonal environment favoring energy use over dangerous fat storage patterns. A dark bedroom, reduced screens before bed, and consistent sleep schedules recreate signals your body desperately craves. When sleep aligns with your internal clock, metabolism becomes stable, and visceral fat conditions gradually begin fading. Ancient habit number 5, continuous low-level movement scattered throughout the day instead of one isolated workout session. In the past, physical activity was never separated from daily living. Movement happened constantly throughout every waking hour. Today,
Even people who exercise regularly often remain completely sedentary for the rest of their entire day. Scientists call this NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, the energy used for everything that isn't structured exercise. This includes standing, walking around your house, stretching, and climbing stairs throughout an ordinary, unremarkable day. Though each action seems insignificant alone, together they account for a surprisingly large portion of daily energy. NEAT varies dramatically between people. Some naturally shift positions constantly, while others remain seated for hours straight. Over time, these small behavioral differences translate into hundreds of additional calories burned without any formal exercise. Frequent movement keeps metabolic systems active. Enzymes responsible for fat metabolism stay engaged throughout the entire day. Prolonged sitting suppresses these processes entirely, even in people who exercise intensely for an hour daily. Studies show short interruptions to sitting, standing, or walking every 30 minutes significantly improve key metabolic markers instantly. These small movement bursts prevent your body from entering prolonged inactivity that quietly encourages dangerous fat storage. A 30-minute workout followed by 10 hours of sitting gradually loses most of its powerful metabolic advantages. Your body responds not just to intensity, but critically to how frequently movement happens throughout your day. Ancient humans never faced this problem. Movement was unavoidable, and sitting for hours was genuinely rare then. Reintroducing this pattern doesn't require dramatic changes. Small adjustments make a remarkably significant difference over time. Standing during calls, taking stairs, stretching periodically, or simply changing posture restores the movement your metabolism craves. These small actions accumulate, preventing prolonged metabolic inactivity and creating background energy use supporting healthy weight regulation. When combined with walking, lifting, eating windows, and proper sleep, movement becomes another powerful metabolic balance signal. When you look at these 5 habits together, a clear, undeniable pattern immediately begins to emerge. None of them require extreme workouts, strict diets, or complicated routines your ancestors never actually followed themselves. Instead, they quietly influence biological signals controlling whether your body stores energy or efficiently burns it away. Walking stabilizes blood sugar, lifting activates muscle metabolism, and natural eating windows restore genuine metabolic flexibility completely. Deep sleep regulates hormones, while daily movement prevents the long periods of inactivity that encourage fat storage. The real power behind these habits is consistency, repeated daily until they become completely automatic and effortless. Human metabolism evolved in an environment where these patterns happen naturally, without effort or conscious thought required. When modern life reconnects with these ancient rhythms, your body gradually returns to its intended natural balance. Fat loss becomes less about forcing change and more about letting metabolism function exactly how it evolved to. Your ancestors never fought their bodies, they simply lived in rhythm with them every single day. That rhythm is still available to you right now, waiting quietly beneath layers of modern convenience and comfort.